Gas line explosion sends flames hundreds of feet into the air. Hear from witnesses who saw the ball of fire from their homes.
And it's an activity many of us do all winter long, shoveling snow. But is it doing us more harm than good?
The accumulating snows are over, but a few flakes and cold temperatures will linger through Tuesday.
News 9 is everywhere. This is News 9 Tonight.
I was really scared. Like I said, the heat was so intense, I was afraid the house was going to catch on fire.
Cameras everywhere, and so is News 9 as a gas line ruptures, sending flames into the sky. Tonight, we're learning more about the gas leak in Brooke County that could be seen and even heard for miles. News 9 is everywhere tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica Moke.
And I'm Ryan Eldridge. As of this very moment, the fire continues to burn, but it has significantly diminished today. We found out one man who, standing beside his damaged home, said he was just thankful that no one was hurt. A ball of fire touches a snow-filled sky. An explosion heard and even felt for miles. Stunning video. Shocking images. A wild day for first responders and people living near Archer Hill Road. And it all started early Monday morning.
When I first pulled up, as soon as I crested the hill by Archer Heights, Highland Hills, I saw the flames about 200 foot in the air and figured there's something major wrong.
I was starting the tractor to plow the driveway out, and I heard a kind of like a small explosion, and flames started shooting 200-300 feet in the air. The heat got pretty intense. So my son and grandkids was in the house, and I run in and told them to get out. We left, and then the fire department and everybody showed up.
It was an unbelievable sight. Flames shooting 200 to 300 feet in the air. The result of a leak on a 20-inch ethane line operated by Enterprise Products out of Houston.
Our response was just to where it was, out in the woods, stand by, let it burn, and wait for the officials to get here to isolate the leak and shut the pipeline down.
Now contained, an investigation begins, but some homeowners who live nearby, like Ed Dillon, begin picking up the pieces and assessing the damage.
I figured there was going to be some pretty good damage because the heat was so intense right here.
Right.
So, but my main thing is everybody got out and the house could be replaced. You know, the damage could be fixed and everything.
Fortunately for Dillon, the company who owns the line is helping out.
They told me anything that I need. They want to put me up in a motel and stuff, but we're going to stay here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they said someone will be out within 48 hours and assess everything and take care of it for me.
As of tonight, we still don't know how the leak started or when it will be done burning. Company officials would not estimate a time for the flames to subside, but of course, once they do, they will begin their investigation with the help of state and federal officials. As always, stay with News 9 as we continue to follow this story.
A live look outside through the lens of our tower cam. You can't really tell now, but Jefferson County just covered in snow tonight.
Yeah, this is the most snow we've seen so far this winter, but is there more on the way? For the answer, let's turn things over to Severe Weather Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Carter's got snowfall totals behind him.
Yeah, I do. There's just a trace amount of snow probably coming tonight and tomorrow. For the most part, the accumulating snows are over, at least for now. Let's take a look at that graphic, which does show who got what as far as reports in from the National Weather Service. And the National Weather Service itself actually was a champ with 7.5 inches of snow. Our measurement of 5.9, 2.9 of that came today, which actually tied a record for the date. 3 inches came by midnight last night. Bowerson, Mineral City both had 7 inches of snow. Wellsville 6, and then lesser amounts to the south. Martins Ferry 4.5 inches. Caldwell and Woodsfield at 2.5 inches. Early warning live Doppler 9 radar shows some snow around the edges, but for the most part, nothing accumulating. It's heading off towards our east and feeding into that blizzard, which is developing well off to our east. There are a few breaks in the clouds off to the west. This is our Severe Weather Team 9 weather headline. Send some light snows lingering tonight and tomorrow, but little, if any, accumulation expected. There will be some sunshine around on Wednesday after a very cold start. There is a look at current temperatures, generally close to 20 with some teens off to our west and enough wind to make it a bit blustery with winds at times around 10-15 miles per hour. So the accumulating snows have come and gone for now, but we do have some more snow in that extended forecast that will be coming up in a few minutes.
Alrighty, Kevin, thank you. And still, the road conditions out there aren't perfect tonight. Belmont, Monroe, and Guernsey counties are under a level 1 snow alert. That means roadways are hazardous with blowing and drifting snow. Roads are also icy in some spots. And we have a number of snowbird alerts this evening. You can see those at the bottom of your screen. Anytime you need to know what schools are closed or on delay, you can check out our snowbird report on social media or our website, WTOV9.com. And finally, just a reminder, in any weather event, look no further than News 9 for updates. You can find information on the latest conditions on Facebook, Twitter, and our website, WTOV9.com. And of course, right here on air. Severe Weather Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Carter will have another look at the forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, snow we got last night into early this afternoon had road crews hard at work laying salt and firing up the plows. But those men and women weren't the only ones busy out in the cold. You can't forget about those hard at work and as tow truck drivers. The crew at Nick's Auto Sales was out in the best and the worst of it, rescuing drivers who ended up in a tough spot. Brian Snodgrass has some advice that might make his job easier and help everybody out.
Well, if people would just slow down a little bit and drive more carefully, you know, if you're in a four-wheel drive, don't go passing the car that's having a hard time going, because that's usually what causes the accidents. So if you just take your time.
Even with a warning like that, there were some accidents caused by the weather across the Ohio Valley. A semi jackknife at the West Virginia-Pennsylvania border. The truck stretched across both sides of the highway, causing a big headache for drivers on US 22. Officials say the truck hit a patch of ice and spun. It also spilled diesel fuel onto the roadway. The driver will be cited for an unsafe speed under Pennsylvania law. No one was injured in that accident.
Well, the largest snowfall of the season hit the valley over the past 24 hours, dropping several inches of snow in some parts of the viewing area.
That snowfall left schools closed and residents to dig out, but doctors are preaching caution while picking up that shovel. News 9's John Rutter joins us now to explain.
Well, when snow starts to fall, you may first think about how much of that snow is going to stick or how it may affect your drive to work or wherever else you may be going. But what you might not think about is how much that snow weighs. That is until you pick up a shovel. Doctors say that snow shoveling can cause stress on the body that can cause some negative health effects. After the Ohio Valley began digging out from the most recent round of snowfall, doctors began digging in, preparing to see patients that may have overdone it.
You will see people developing chest pain because they're straining their body more than they normally do. So we do see a fair number of people coming in whenever we get a big heavy snowfall, especially when it's the heavier snow, not the light fluffy stuff.
With several inches of snow coating much of the viewing area, those snowflakes can add up. A cubic foot of snow can weigh between 15 and 20 pounds. So doctors have some advice. Pace yourself.
They take frequent breaks. That they use a smaller shovel if possible because the weight of it actually causes increased stress. Try to avoid eating big meals or alcohol before or after shoveling snow because that also adds stress to the body.
That stress can cause chest pain, shortness of breath, a cold sweat, dizziness, and make you feel lightheaded.
Those are the kind of things that worry you, and you should stop immediately, go back inside, get in the warm, and seek medical attention.
Doctors also say that there's no age cutoff for when the stress of shoveling begins to be too much. But young or old, when a patient comes in complaining of symptoms, the biggest concern.
You know, our biggest worry is their heart. So they usually get a cardiac workup, get tested through an EKG, lab work, and we do an assessment to determine whether their heart and lungs are affected by this. Younger people, it may just be musculoskeletal, but the big worry is making sure that it's not your heart because it's being stressed so much from the activity.
Now, Dr. Posen says the best way to avoid running into any problems is to use a snow blower or pay someone to do that shoveling for you. But if you can't do that, it's best to pace yourself and take time for plenty of rest. Reporting in the Belmont County Newsroom, I'm John Rutter, News 9.
John, thanks. Coming up on News 9 tonight, our cameras, the only ones inside the courtroom, as a babysitter is there to face some serious charges.
And don't forget, you can now sign up to receive a daily newsletter right in your inbox with the latest news updates. Just go to WTOV9.com to sign up.
You're watching News 9 Tonight with Ryan Eldridge, Erica Moke, Chief Meteorologist Kevin Carter, and Rob Metzger with sports. This is News 9 Tonight. Monroe County, Marshall County, Noble County,
Shutting part of the
everywhere.
Our team of reporters are stationed across the Ohio Valley, bringing you complete coverage of
Another reason why News 9 is everywhere. What if
your cancer care team was affiliated with the best in the country. It is. The Cancer Center at OVMC has teamed up with one of the nation's leading cancer care providers, the James Cancer Hospital and Solove Research Institute at The Ohio State University, to provide advanced medical oncology and radiation oncology services here in the Ohio Valley. The world's leading cancer experts working for you. The Cancer Center at OVMC.
When it comes to moving people, you can't beat these three from your nearest Honda dealer. CR-V, Pilot, Odyssey. And right now, the deals are great. Incredible savings on the 8-passenger Pilot, the fuel-efficient CR-V, or the award-winning Odyssey van. Safety, reliability, great mileage, and high resale value make Honda the best overall brand. Great ways to move lots of people with Honda. So what are you waiting for? Visit your friendly neighborhood Honda dealers today. Great cars, great people.
Your stories told. We are News 9 everywhere. This portion of News 9 is brought to you by Respecs.
This week at Respecs, Broughton or United Dairy white milk, $2.68 a gallon. Take advantage of this plus all our weekly ad items. These ad item prices are good through February 1st. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Respecs.
The plural of fish is also fish. So, get 2 Arby's Classic Fish Fillet Sandwich for just $5. Arby's, we have the meat.
The Snowbird Report is brought to you by Belmont College, Wiley Dental Care, A&B Kia, First Choice America Federal Credit Union, Sparkle Market, Creator Room, Eastern Gateway Community College, Weirton Medical Center, Pantano Cleaning and Restoration, The Highlands, Ohio Valley Honda, and Ohio Valley Medical Center.
Today, Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine released his annual human trafficking report. According to the report, law enforcement agencies across the state conducted at least 85 human trafficking investigations, which led to 98 arrests. They also reported the identification of 181 potential human trafficking victims, 113 suspected traffickers, and 68 suspected buyers. Authorities reported the rescue of 17 potential victims and the referral of 67 potential victims to social services. The entire report can be found on the Attorney General's website.
Only on 9, one babysitter facing serious charges for spanking a 4-year-old so badly police say the child ended up in the hospital. Prosecutors say in July of 2014, Brian Lowe was babysitting the 4-year-old girl when she allegedly urinated on his couch. According to reports, Lowe got angry and spanked her. Benwood police say Lowe admitted to officers he punished the girl, stating, quote, he whooped her because she lied and had peed on his couch. He is charged with child abuse resulting in bodily injury. Lowe faces 1 to 5 years in prison if convicted. We expect a verdict sometime late tomorrow or Wednesday. Of course, stick with News 9 as we continue to monitor this trial.
Today at the annual Media Day blood drive in Wheeling, the American Red Cross received 269 productive donations. Officials say during this time of year, when we experience winter weather, it is critical they replenish their blood supply. Tomorrow, the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce and the Red Cross will be co-sponsoring the annual Corporate Challenge blood drive from noon to 6 p.m. at Eastern Gateway Community College, room 1301. Still to come here on News 9 tonight, Severe Weather Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Carter is in next with a complete look at your forecast.
But first, the results to our WTOV9.com survey. Do you think all restaurants should provide gluten-free items was the question. 55% of you answered yes, and 45% answered no.
The new year, time for a new ride from Straub. We've slashed prices on virtually all pre-owned inventory in stock. Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs all reduced to the lowest prices of the season, with used cars starting at only $49.95 and a huge selection under $10,000. Save up to 60% off original MSRP on a select certified pre-owned. Plus, we've got 0% financing available on used just for this event. This year, resolve to save on your new ride at Straub Automotive at the Highlands. Drive smart. Drive Straub.
No. Perfect. So itchy.
Get ready to scratch with new instant games every month, including Lucky Horseshoe. And sign up for the My Lotto Rewards Club, where any non-winning ticket could be another chance to win. Only from the Ohio Lottery.
Alternative Home Health provides outstanding physical therapy. Things like strength training, mobility are important when you're trying to get back on your feet. We met therapist Ryan before my wife's procedure. It was comforting knowing he would be our therapist for the whole time.
I told my doctor that alternative was my choice, and he said, "You'll be walking on your own the next time I see you." He was right.
50 years of good memories in this house. Thanks to Alternative, we'll have many more.
Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is brought to you by Gold, Corey, and Turak.
Here are John and Linda, 2 kids. Toyota RAV4, all-wheel drive and backup camera. Ethan, extreme snowboarder. RAV4, dynamic handling. It's the Toyota Meet Your Match sales event. Now get a new 2015 RAV4 with 0% financing or this great lease with no cost maintenance included. Toyota RAV4, tons of cargo space. Toyota's Meet Your Match sales event. See how you match up. Toyota, let's go places.
From the area's only team of local meteorologists, here's your Severe Weather Team 9 forecast.
So this qualifies as the biggest snow of the season for most of the area, though again, far south, not much snow is to be had. In fact, Caldwell and Woodsfield, 2.5 inches. In some places, didn't even get close to that number in our southern counties. Martins Ferry, 4.5 inches. We had 5.9 inches here at the station, which now gives us 13.8 inches for the month of January. That's 4 inches above average, so we've actually finally climbed above average for the month. But for the season, 15.5 inches, that's 5 inches below average. So we still haven't quite made up the deficit we had in October, November, and December. And then Wellsville, Mineral City, Bowerston, 6-7 inches of snow. Others were probably up in that neighborhood as well. So pretty snowy in our northern counties. You get that good snowpack on the ground. You get clear skies and light winds. Temperatures could go below zero. That should not happen tonight because we're still in the cloud shield from the developing blizzard. And snow is close enough. I'm leaving it in the forecast. Just some light snowflakes, not looking for any accumulation. This band of snow has been hanging around. Like it's coming off of Lake Michigan. There's also a disturbance out that way, which will probably end up getting pulled to our south and then into that developing blizzard off to our east. And that blizzard is really getting going. These dark blues, that's some pretty heavy snow. It's wrapping back into the New York City area, certainly Boston, then on towards Portland, Maine. But that'll move to the north. This little band is still kind of between us and the developing blizzard will probably get dragged more east and west. So it's close enough that maybe a little snow at times could break off from that. But you see the clouds are still holding their own locally. If we get into that clearing tonight, we'd be much colder than I'm predicting. I don't think it's going to happen. We say mostly cloudy tonight, mostly cloudy tomorrow. Then the clouds will start to break up and we get cold. So some light snow around tonight and tomorrow should not amount to anything more than snowflakes in the air. Little, if any, accumulation. Some of the models are hinting we could pick up a coating at times, but don't really see that happening yet. Mostly cloudy and cold in the teens tonight, probably just barely back in the 20s tomorrow. Skies clear tomorrow night. Winds die off. You got a nice snowpack where the snow is really thick. We could go below zero. I'll put a 0 up there for most of us. Far south where there's not much, if any, snow on the ground, probably not quite as cold. Sunshine Wednesday will be in the 20s. Milder but messy on Thursday. A cold front will be approaching. Precipitation breaks out ahead of that. A rain-snow mix ending up as snow showers Thursday night and Friday morning. That could give us a little accumulation, but nothing like we just saw. Severe Weather Team 9 Futurecast then. Lots of clouds around, but a minimum of snowflakes. There's some snowflakes in the air from time to time. But again, tonight we end up in the mid to upper teens. Tomorrow we'll make it back only in the very lower part of the 20s. Tomorrow night then, clouds go away. The storm heading up the East Coast. We end up with clear skies here. Temperatures down around zero, milder to the south, but with the snowpacks on the ground, probably a few degrees below zero Wednesday morning. And then during the day Wednesday, it looks like it'll be mostly sunny all day, but temperatures again stay in the 20s. We're right at 20 degrees. A bit of a northwest wind, clouds in Steubenville, Weirton, Wheeling also 20 with a northwest wind just under 10 miles per hour. Temperatures in the region pretty close to 20 locally, but where the skies have cleared in western Ohio, getting down around 10 above already and probably getting close to zero when all is said and done tonight. That could happen to us tomorrow night, but not tonight. Our forecast mostly cloudy, just some light snow around, little if any accumulation, somewhere in the mid-teens for most of us, but only back in the low 20s tomorrow. Lots of clouds, blustery, some light snow, but again, little if any accumulation. Our extended forecast then close to zero tomorrow night, 25 35, mostly sunny on Wednesday. We fall back to 11, make it to 38 on Thursday, warm enough that we'll get a mix of rain and snow showers, but those end up as all snow showers Thursday night into Friday. We start off around 24 degrees early Friday morning, stay there for a while, then drop into the teens, down back to 0 Saturday morning. Lots of sunshine, high at 24. February starts Sunday. There'll be some snow in the area, 27 for the high, and then Groundhog's Day is already here next Monday. High of 19. Enough sun that the groundhog, who doesn't apparently need to see sun, to see his shadow, but he probably will. I was there last year. It was cloudy. It was foggy. They said he saw a shadow.
Oh, you made the trip.
I did make the trip last year. It was
awesome.
on a Sunday. I had a chance to do it, but this year I figured once was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Groundhog Day.
Kevin Carter stars in Groundhog Day. That sounds like a good movie.
Absolutely. Coming up on News 9 tonight, could the money you're saving for your child's college tuition be taxed? Some say it's possible. Our national correspondent explains why. Next.
Your Weather Team 9 forecast and WTOV9.com, brought to you by Physical Therapy Associates.
Hi, this is Mark Baer from Bud Baer Subaru. Winter is upon us, and it is the time to think buy a Subaru. Come on up and see us. Get a new 2015 Subaru Legacy 2.5i premium sedan for only $259 a month. Great safety, everything you can want in a car. Come on up and drive one home today. Come see us at Bud Baer, Route 19 South, next to the State Police Barracks, Washington, VA.
Bud Bear. Our area has always embodied hard work and productivity. Within us all is a sense of pride for our families and our community. Together, we've overcome obstacles and accepted challenges. That spirit to succeed is built on trust and faith. Wheeling Hospital is proud to be a part of our history and our future, as together we reach new heights. Wheeling Hospital.
Savings are lined up and ready to go. It's H.H. Gregg's biggest TV sale of the season, the Super Sale. Save up to 30% off store-wide. A 47-inch LG LED TV, just $399. Save $600 on a 65-inch Toshiba Smart TV. All with no down payment, no interest for 24 months. It's one Super Sale. Save up to 30% off store-wide. Now at H.H. Gregg and hhgregg.com. Appliances, electronics, and furniture.
Fallon's gearing up for his live post-Super Bowl special, Sunday, February 1st.
Steven Hauschka, he was voted most likely to hit puberty at halftime.
Join Fallon tonight for Bradley Cooper and Harry Connick Jr. The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, then Late Night with Seth Meyers, NBC Tonight.
Weather on the go from the News 9 mobile app. Anywhere, anytime.
Roll into the new year in a new Nissan. During Nissan's 2015 event, choose from 15 models with 0% financing for up to 60 months, plus up to $3,500 cash back. Or lease Rogue, just $219 per month. But hurry, the excitement may last, but 0% on 15 models won't. Offers end February 2nd. Shop at your local Nissan store or choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
You're looking at Belmont County through the lens of Tower Cam 9. Atop the sports bar at Undo's West in St. Clairsville.
Save now, taxed later. That's the frustration of some parents who thought they started a tax-exempt account for their children's college education.
But now there's a tough new reality. A plan from the president calls for a tax on that money in an effort to raise $320 billion of added revenue for the government. Our national correspondent Christine Frizzell explains.
Are you ready, buddy? Am I going to be the Caps or the Penguins?
5-year-old Nathaniel Petron hasn't even started kindergarten yet. But like many parents, his are already thinking about college.
When I went to college, I didn't have any savings at all.
You can be taxed. Oh. But for Nate, she and her husband opened up a 529 college savings plan as soon as he was born. It's the same plan President Obama has proposed to change, taxing the previously tax-exempt college savings accounts when the money is taken out.
This is an assault on the American dream.
Ryan Ellis is the tax policy director at Americans for Tax Reform and worries the proposal will disincentivize people from saving.
No one in their right mind would save after-tax dollars in a tax account, which then becomes taxable when they go to distribute it for college.
In the week and a half since the White House announced this plan, many members of Congress have already come forward saying it would never get their vote. The White House says the extra tax revenue would help pay for other things, like President Obama's plan for free community college for 2 years.
The reforms that the president has proposed for the 529 program are reforms that he would consider only in the context of the other education reforms that he put forward.
For Nate's family, the president's plan is simply the wrong tune.
If anything, we should be encouraging people to save. We shouldn't be taking away tax preferences and discouraging people from saving. People don't save up enough as it is. We want him to be able to follow his passion and follow his dreams and not have to worry about how to pay for that.
Those passions now might be limited to music and hockey. But Lauren Petron is thinking ahead and says she wants her son to have the options that she didn't. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
Round 2 of the Steubenville City Girls Hoops rivalry remained on tonight's schedule. Rob Metzger has those highlights and more next in sports.
I watched this speech, Coach, and I had tears in my eyes.
There's only one program designated as an orthopedic center of excellence for total joint replacement at OVMC and East Ohio Regional Hospital. More board-certified orthopedic surgeons, more joint replacement specialists, more sports medicine professionals, an unmatched team. The #1 team for orthopedic care. The premier orthopedic centers of excellence at OVMC and East Ohio Regional Hospital.
Next, Ellen, Kevin Costner. And Thursday, it's Ellen's birthday show. Gifts are pouring in.
This is a potato masher handle. And you know how they make one of these? Whittle by whittle.
Tomorrow at 4 on WTOV9.
Comedy's biggest names come home for one incredible night. SNL's 40th anniversary, February 15th.
You can get your Jambo ticket and early bird savings if you act now. Jamboree in the Hills. July 16th through the 19th. Starring Toby Keith, Florida Georgia Line, Leonard Skinner, Dirks Bentley, and many, many more. 4-day tickets just $200. Now at JamboreeInTheHills.com. Or charge at 1-800-594-8499. But this offer ends Saturday night, January 31st. JamboreeInTheHills.com. Nation event.
Only Dr. Phil is her boyfriend a danger to her kids.
You are a drinker, a liar, she said.
Tomorrow at 3 on WTOV9. Early warning forecast brought to you by Heritage Complete Home Care. Visiting nurses come right to your home.
The Great American Race is coming this February. Fox 9 and the Daytona International Speedway wants to get you there. Just stop by Whiteside Chevrolet in St. Clairsville and enter for your chance to win a trip to the 57th Annual Daytona 500. If you can't wait to win tickets to the Daytona 500, call 1-800-PIT-SHOP or www.daytona500.com. Plus, you'll be entered into the Great American Giveaway. Win tickets to the Daytona 500 and other Budweiser Speed Weeks events. Good luck from Daytona International Speedway, Whiteside Chevrolet, and Fox 9.
Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is brought to you by Gold, Corey, and Turak. From the Weirton Medical Center Sports Desk. News 9 Sports.
Good evening. Most of tonight's winter sports schedule wiped out due to the weather, but not round 2 of the Steubenville City Girls Hoops Rivalry Series. Steubenville Catholic Central going for a season sweep of Big Red. Early on, the Crusaders even this game up. Brittany Bertoya will find Sam Simmons. Simmons hits the jumper, and the game is tied. More from the Crusaders. Miranda Parkinson takes the pass from Bertoya up top, buries the 3 ball, and the Crusaders up by 3. Early in the second quarter, Big Red in the midst of a 7-0 run. Amira Forte for 3. Parkinson would end that Big Red run with another 3. She scored 11 points on the night. And the Crusaders chipping away at that Big Red lead. Final seconds of the first half. Hannah Maslowski handling the basketball. She'll stop and beat the buzzer. Big Red up 21-17 at the half. Third quarter, Crusaders get a bit closer. Gabby Capaldi to Simmons. She led everybody with 14 points. Big Red led by 1 after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, 3 straight putbacks helping out Big Red. Here's Rhiannon Petrisco and the foul. She scored 12. But off of the missed free throw and another miss, it's Lyzea Rice, 2 of her 9 points. Big Red's lead is 7 with 4:48 to play. Taylor Young feeds Forte, 11 points for her. Big Red goes on to win 44-35, splitting the season series with the Crusaders. Wheeling Central has risen to number 1 in both the West Virginia Girls and Boys Associated Press Class A state hoops polls. Bishop Donahue is now 2nd behind Central in that boys poll thanks to wins against Williamstown Saturday and then top-ranked Magnolia Thursday. The Bishops are scheduled to play at Lindsley tomorrow night. Magnolia dropped from 1st to 4th after losses to Donahue and Wheeling Central last week. The Ohio State Buckeyes picked up a much-needed win against a ranked opponent on Sunday, taking care of Indiana 82-70. Freshman D'Angelo Russell continued his excellent play in that win, and today he was honored for his work. Russell swept the Big Ten's weekly honors. He is the conference's Freshman and Player of the Week. He averaged 27.5 points, 8 assists, and 6.5 rebounds per game last week. Russell had a career-high 33 points versus Northwestern, and then he followed that up with a 22-point 10-assist effort against the Hoosiers. Those 10 assists, a career high as well.
I feel like they were putting a lot of pressure on me. Like they were keying on me. So it just made it easier for my teammates to step up and do what they do best. We're all basketball players, so I mean that wasn't hard. And like as you see with the results, Jay Sean with his stats and everybody else, so made it easier.
Russell and the Buckeyes host 13th ranked Maryland on Thursday night. OSU is nearing a return to the top 25. They were 28th in the AP poll, 27th in the coaches poll. West Virginia, meanwhile, 17th in both polls this week. That's the same spot the Mountaineers were last week in the coaches poll, but up 1 position from the previous AP rankings. The Mountaineers are at Kansas State tomorrow night, and then they host Texas Tech on Saturday. Closer to home, Wheeling Jesuit junior Justin Fritz is the Mountain East Conference Player of the Week. He shot 53% from the field in big wins against West Liberty and Notre Dame College. He averaged 23 points in those 2 victories. The Cardinals have won 3 in a row. They're going to look to extend that win streak Thursday night at Urbana. Saturday, we've got a college hoops doubleheader on MeTV. First up, ACC action. Notre Dame taking on Pittsburgh at noon. Then at 5:30, Marshall will visit or meet Louisiana Tech. And a reminder, it is Super Bowl week. WTOV9 is your home for Super Bowl 49 this Sunday night, featuring the New England Patriots and the defending champion Seattle Seahawks. And tomorrow is Media Day in Glendale, Arizona. So certainly that'll be a zoo as people of all types will be asking all kinds of questions. And I'm sure they'll talk about air pressure and footballs.
Yeah, media championship on the line with no Rob Metzger.
It's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah,
you need a break, right?
Got to take a break.
All right. Kevin Carter, we're not giving you a break. We need the forecast one more time.
Well, let's check it out. A few snowflakes are possible. Lots of clouds. Temperatures around 15 degrees, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Blustery and cold around 19 at noon. Our high just barely back to the lower 20s. We'll go 18 degrees at 6 o'clock. And then as skies begin to clear, temperatures should really plummet down to 11 and maybe heading towards 0. But 11 degrees, 24 hours from now.
Kevin, thanks. That'll do it for this edition of News 9 Tonight. As always, thanks so much for joining us.
Don't forget, you can always look for updates on our website, WTOV9.com. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone.